What does service mean to me? It's an interesting question. When you think about it, you think about service to your country, service before self, selfless service. And these are the terms that we think about when we think about the military or members of the military, no matter what branch of service that you hear. So being in the service to me means something bigger than yourself. Become part of something bigger than where you are and what you're doing to make an impact that basically makes such an influence on something positive. So service to me is going above and beyond something greater than yourself and putting others before you to do the job or to do the mission. Really easy. I'm third generation. My grandfather was in World War II, Army Air Corps. He served in the China-Burma theater. And then I had a great uncle that was in the Marines, Guadalcanal. He was one of the first raiders. So my Uncle Eddie, we always talk about. And then my father served in Vietnam. He was served with the 107th. He was the Air National Guard. He was a F-100 mechanic, worked on the Super Sabres. And they deployed in '68 and '69 to Vietnam. So, and also I had a lot of other military members in my family. So I grew up with it around me. Having the military background with family, having patriotic pride. At the time I enlisted was the time when the Soviet threat was still there. We were still in the Cold War, and there was always that feeling of you wanted to be there for the defense of your country. I got great support from my family. I got a wife and I got 3 beautiful daughters. They understand the military, they understand service, they understand sacrifice. They understand that to do great things and to be able to better ourselves in our way of life, that sacrifices have to be made. And even though we're sacrificing as military members and going overseas or doing what we have to do in CONUS, whether we're away for training or for combat missions or whatever our nation calls us, that the family sacrifices as well. And they know that without their support, we can't do our mission. And they see the bigger picture. Been in for 25 years, and there's good leadership and there's bad leadership. You take away some bad as well as you take away the good, and you combine yourself and what you learn from bad leadership and what you learn from good leadership, what to do and what not to do. So a good leader is a person that leads from the front, but also is humble enough to learn from their mistakes. And you combine some other attributes of being a person that's willing to listen, a good listener, a person that leads by example, is not going to have a problem with doing something, having you do something that you wouldn't do yourself.
Chief Stefik is a welcome addition to the leadership team around here. His passion for airmen is evident in everything he does. He is extremely committed to the Air Force core values, and he's bringing an enthusiasm to this wing that is needed at this point in time. We have done so much coming out of the conversion that to get ready for the new mission, and he's right there lockstep in with us, making sure that we're heading down the right path, we're looking after our airmen, and we're accomplishing what we're supposed to be doing. And that's providing combat air power to our combatant commanders. Well, Chief Stefik is a man of integrity first, and that's probably the most important aspect that he brings to the table. He is committed to what we are trying to do here. He is committed to the airmen. He's committed to the Air Force. He's a sounding board. He's not a yes man to me. I don't want a yes man in that position. I need someone to challenge me as a leader. I need a Chief Master Sergeant who is going to tell me when I'm making a mistake and that I'm not addressing the needs of the airmen the way I should. And Ed is that kind of chief. He knows what to do. At the same time, he knows that it's a difficult mission that we're trying to accomplish. He knows it does take sacrifice, but he knows that if we take care of the airmen, they are more than willing to make the sacrifice to make this wing as good as it can be and to do what we need to do in defense of our nation. Well, as you know, Chief Stefik came to us from the Army, so I enjoy giving him a little bit of grief about his background training as far as the Army goes. So we've taught him how to use utensils properly and a few things like that. So it's been good. No, Ed comes to us with an incredibly varied, developed background. His experiences, his life experiences, and what he brings to the table make him a much more complete chief. And he knows what it means to be a leader. He takes on that role. He looks out for the airmen and the officers of this wing like nobody I've ever known, and he just wants success for everybody. And he's committed to doing all the work he needs to do to bring about that success. I have full confidence in Chief Stefik. I think he is an outstanding Chief Master Sergeant. He represents airmen perfectly. He sets the example. He leads with Air Force core values as his foundation, and he knows exactly what he needs to do. So it's a tough role. He takes it on, and I'm very appreciative for it.
I really wanted to test myself and to put myself in something bigger than myself. I really did. I wanted to put myself in a position that I did serve my country, that I did go on for the flag. So you hear people say, I did, I believed in it, and I still do. I do it for the flag. I guess that's why I became a police officer too, was to be able to protect folks and to be there for them. I felt that I could be in a position to change, to make change, and then whether the defense of my country or to protect the people in the great state of New York that I work for. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a ride out, patrol out through the hamlet of Ransomville, make a stop there and check with, we'd like to do community policing as well as one of our duties out on patrol. So what we'll do is we'll stop and we'll actually talk to people, business owners, and even folks in the community, and just stop and talk with them. And that's how you find out what's really going on.
Yeah, just stick around in case somebody comes in. That's okay.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Ed.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
How's things going?
Good. Actually, good. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas
Been busy.
Keeping you busy the holidays?
Christmas is here.
Yeah.
And almost done.
Any issues with outside lately, at night or anything like that?
Not lately, no.
All right.
We've been good.
You make sure everything's lit up and everything?
Yeah,
like
it's
that?
lit up and
nice.
We got our...
I see you got a camera system set up now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else in the neighborhood going on?
No. Pretty quiet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
As long as you're around.
Oh, it's good to see you. Well, you need us, you know where to call us or where we got to be. So
I know it. I know your number, buddy.
Take care.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
I've been on this job long enough that I have quite a few phone numbers in my cell phone of people that I unfortunately can't call anymore. These were friends that died in the line of duty, and great people. And that's unfortunately it's part of the job. It's like the military that has that supreme sacrifice that you might have to make, that we pray doesn't happen every time we come into work. But it's always a possibility. So it really is a brotherhood that we go, and a brother and sisterhood where we go out and we look out and we care for each other. So sometimes if you get pulled over, or there's or we go to a call where it's a dispute or even a suspicious person, 2 or 3 police officers might show up, and it's not. People go, why did all these cars show up? It's just because we're backing up each other, making sure that we're okay. And then depending on the scene and depending on the call, how many will stick around. And sometimes it's really nice to have that backup and have somebody there for you in case things change up. Well, that's the thing. It's nothing's really routine. It's complacency that usually statistically kills police officers.
That's why I went down there, because the guy we were there said you walk that way, so I was going to find you quick, but I didn't want to go too far from the vehicle.
Yeah, I was like,
So I'm glad I did. They just saw me.
I was like, oh, just right there.
All right, I guess I'll just push him off.
see if she puts it neutral for her. Yeah, it work? Oh, there we go.
Hey, neutral. Hey!
Yeah, I was trying to put everything on here. I didn't have nothing.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep.
Here. Here. Tell us when you're good. You can't see.
Wait, there's a fire hydrant.
Right, hit the brake.
I know, but there's a fire hydrant right there.
Hit the brake. You're kind of coasting, so.
I know.
Oh, just want to go for the fire. Look at how strong you are.
No, look at this.
Alright, you're good. You know your car's good. Okay, go ahead. Yay, done.
Cool.
Good work.
Thank you.
Good police work. Bye.
Saved the day.
Yeah, I'll just, it'll hit me once or twice that, like, wow, I'm looking forward to the day I can go into work and not have to wear a armor, Kevlar armor vest around me, and have to go in with a pistol on my side and other things to protect the public and protect me. But it's become a way of life that, you know, every day you put on your bulletproof vest. It's kind of how many jobs do you do that, right? It's a question of making yourself a little bit better. I get kind of people will ask, because a lot of times, especially if you're on a barricaded subject, it's always, I don't say always, but it always seems like it's inclement weather. It's the worst, right? It's going to be 20 degrees. It's going to be sleet, snow. There's going to be all these awful conditions, and plus you got to be focused on what you have to do. So you have to have a lot of self-discipline and a lot of motivation. You got to stay in physical shape. Same thing as when we dive. People are like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to enter the water and 30-degree water, or not 30 degrees, but, you know, cold water? And you're limited on your visibility, especially how deep you go, because it tends to kind of get tighter. But sometimes we'll do some training dives. You look around and go, wow, this is pretty neat. Some of the dives we've done in Seneca Lake, Lake George. We do some training dives up in Alexandria Bay. Alex Bay, we're at Thousand Islands. It's beautiful diving up there, some wreck diving. And you kind of look around and you're like, wow, this is really something. And it's funny because people ask us up here, like, you dive in that cold water? Why would you dive in winter? Well, I got news for you. The water in New York State's always cold. Once you go before the thermocline, the water's the same temperature year-round. So we're used to that. So when we get called out as a sniper observer team or our tactical canine as needed to that mission. So what's a mission essential? So depending on what that operation is, it could be a security detail, it could be overwatch, it could be all these different tasks that they get, and then that's how we're assigned to the team. So we're not full-time with the team. We don't have to be. But, you know, our specialty is in with that team when they need it. Which is a lot, actually. A lot of it's overwatch. A lot of it is protection. Unfortunately, we like the military, we got to do force protection. We got to protect ourselves. 2769. That's the way we live now. But dealing with people, you never know. Sometimes I stop a car and the driver will start yelling at me, and then I'll stop, and the time and experience I've got on and a bit of maturity, I'll ask them, did I do something wrong, or is this, you've had a bad day and this is just the last thing you need? Sometimes just taking that minute to talk to them or listen to them goes a long way, because when you're policing, when you're doing police work and you're policing your neighbors and your community and the people you live alongside with, if you have that mentality and that attitude of I'm open to your problem, I want to help you, but at the same time you need to stay safe in what you're doing. Pretty much had a couple vehicle and traffic stops, answered a couple complaints, helped out a disabled motorist, did our community policing, went all right. And coming home at the end of the shift in one piece, knowing that you helped everybody and you're going to be able to go home to your family, that's a big deal. Can do it again tomorrow. Did we make a difference today? Yeah, we may have. Definitely we're a deterrent out there. Hit a lot of areas where there was some high crime areas and history of burglaries around this time. So we're out there patrolling, and I think like any day, coming home at the end of your day, you're end of your shift, it's a good day. So I think it went well. And you got to learn a little bit too. So it was interesting. We had a good day. Thanks for coming with us. So when you think about why you join, I guess it's almost a calling. For me, it was anyway. It was just something I was going to do, and it became part of my life. And because of it, I've been able to be a better person, see the world through other people's eyes. And I think that made me a better father, a better leader, just an all-around better person, maybe a better husband, a better son.